We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Hello, today we'll discuss the topic recurrence relation for the subject discrete mathematics, which is a subject for the second year students of computer and IT. The recurrence relation is basically it represents a numerical function which represents the term of the sequence that can be evaluated from the previous few terms of the series. Let's see the definition for that. Here, the definition for the recurrence relation. If A is a set of some number that can be also represented by the series, that is A0, A1, A2 up to and so on, some numericals, is a numerical function, then the recurrence relation for A is an equation relating AR for any R to one or more AIs where the value of that I is less than R. Let's see the one of the example for that recurrence relation where AR is equal to AR minus 1 plus 3 where the value of that R is greater than or equal to 1 with A0 equal to 2. This is called as an initial condition. Now, if you substitute R equal to 1 in the recurrence relation, we'll get that as A1 is equal to A0 plus 3. And by substituting the value of that A0 equal to 2, we'll get that as A1 as 5. Similarly, we can evaluate the value of that A2, A3 and so on. So, we'll get the value of that A is equal to, it's a set of the sequence 2, 5, 8, 11 and so on. Let's see one more example, that is Fibonacci sequence of numbers. The Fibonacci sequence is nothing but that we'll get by the addition of the last 2 terms of that sequence. So if you form the recurrence relation for that sequence, we'll get that as AR is equal to AR minus 2 plus AR minus 1. R is greater than or equal to 2 with the initial condition A0 equal to 1 and A1 equal to 1. So first 2 term in that Fibonacci sequence is 1, 1. Now again, if you substitute R equal to 2 in that recurrence relation, we'll get that as A2 equal to A0 plus A1. That's nothing but both are 1, 1. So it will become 2. A3 will get that as 3. A4 will get that as 5 and so on. So now that Fibonacci sequence is of the form 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13 and the next term in that particular sequence if you get, then it will be nothing but the addition of 13 and 8 which is nothing but 21. So these are the some of the examples for the recurrence relation. Now let's see the linear recurrence relation with constant coefficient. we are generalizing that particular reconciliation. Here we have two non-negative constant, that is r and k. So the reconciliation of the form C0 AR plus C1 AR minus 1 plus C2 AR minus 2 plus and so on plus CKA R minus K is equal to f of R, where f of R is nothing but any function of R. It may be a constant also, for R greater than or equal to K, where all C0, C1, C2 up to Ck all are constant, is called a reconciliation with constant coefficient for order K, provided that the first term and the last term on the left hand side of the equation, that both the constant that should be non-zero. Now let's see some of the examples. So how we can find out that order of that particular reconciliation. So first is AR is equal to A minus of 2AR minus 1 is equal to 2R. This particular relation is known as first order linear reconciliation. To get the order of that, what you need to do, just consider the subtraction of the suffix of the highest suffix and the lowest suffix, that is r minus of r plus 1. So ultimately we'll get that as first order. Similarly, we can say that the order of the second reconciliation is 3. Third one is a first order, but it's a non-linear because of the particular term AR of square. So this, the last equation is not the linear, it's a non-linear recurrence relation. Now, homogeneous solution. First we'll discuss the homogeneous solution and then we'll go for the non-homogeneous. In the recurrence relation, the term which is on the right hand side, that is f of r, if the value of that f of r is equal to 0, then that recurrence relation is known as homogeneous recurrence relation of order k. Now, to find out the solution of that homogeneous recurrence relation, we need to replace that terms AR minus 1, AR minus 2 up to and so on by any scalar, that is, we can say that alpha. So the characteristic equation of the kth degree polynomial, if we substitute that in this particular reconciliation, it will be a polynomial of degree k, as this particular reconciliation is of order k. So in that first term, we have to consider the power of that alpha, that is equal to k, and then we need to reduce the power of that alpha, that equal to 0. We'll get that as particular recurrence relation characteristic equation. So as we can see that it's a polynomial of order k, so it will have k roots, and on the basis of that roots of the characteristic equation, we'll have the 3 different cases for the solution of that homogeneous reconciliation. Case 1, if the roots are distinct and real. Suppose for that kth order reconciliation, the roots we got, that is alpha 1, alpha 2 up to alpha k. In that case, the solution of the reconciliation that can be expressed as AR, that's equal to A1 alpha 1 raised to r, that's nothing but the first solution, plus A2 alpha 2 raised to r plus and so on AK alpha k raised to r, where all that A1, A2 up to AK are constant. in the case of equal roots, suppose the root is alpha 1 and that particular root alpha 1 is repeats m times, then the solution is represented as AR is equal to A1 R to the power m minus 1 plus A2 R to the power m minus 2 plus and so on AM into alpha 1 raised to R. Here the root is alpha 1, and if we go by the case 1, in all the cases we'll get that as alpha 1 raised to R, alpha 1 raised to R, alpha 1 raised to R, so that all the solutions are becomes linearly dependent. So now to make that all the solutions as the linearly independent, we need to multiply one of the solution by R, second solution by R square, and so on. So as that particular solution repeats m times, we have to multiply each and every term by the power of that R up to m minus 1. The third case, it is complex root. Suppose alpha plus or minus I beta is the complex root of that reconciliation. In that case, we need to find out first R1 and theta, where the value of that R1 is nothing but the square root of alpha square plus beta square, which is nothing but the square root of real part square plus imaginary part square, and theta is tan inverse of imaginary part upon real part. So after that, we'll get the solution of reconciliation as AR equal to AR raised to R into A cos R theta plus B sine R theta. Let's see that example. Find the solution of AR plus 2 minus AR plus 1 minus of 6AR equal to 0. As the right hand side is equal to 0, so it's a homogeneous. Now, first of all, we need to construct a characteristic equation. For that, first of all, we need to identify the order of that reconciliation. So, if we consider the subtraction of that R plus 2 minus of R, we'll get that as 2. So, we can say that the order of that reconciliation is 2. So, just replace AR plus 2 by alpha square, AR plus 1 by alpha, and AR by 1. So, we'll get that characteristic equation as alpha square minus alpha minus 6 equal to 0. So, by finding the root of that, we'll get that alpha equal to 3 and minus 2. So, the general solution will get that as AR is equal to A1 3 raised to R plus A2 minus of 2 raised to R, which is nothing but the first case where we have distinct real root. Let's see the second example. Find the solution of AR plus 2 plus AR plus 1 minus of 3AR equal to 0. That satisfies A0 equal to 1 and A1 equal to 2. Here, this is also second order reconciliation, but here we have two initial condition. As this particular reconciliation is of second order, to find out the particular solution, we require at least two initial condition. If it's a first order, then we require only one initial condition, as we see in the first example, which we had discussed for the example for the reconciliation, where it is AR equal to AR minus 2 plus AR minus 1 plus 3. Okay, so here it is a second order. We have two initial conditions. Now, if we form the characteristic equation for that, we'll get alpha square plus 2 alpha minus 3 equal to 0, and root for that we'll get that as minus 3 and 1. So the general solution will get that as A1 minus 3 raised to R plus A2 1 raised to R. Now, as the initial conditions are given, we need to find out the value of the constant A1 and A2. So for that, let's first substitute R equal to 0 in that general solution. So we'll get that as A0 is equal to A1 plus A2 as the value of that r equal to 0. So we'll get that first equation as 1 is equal to A1 plus A2. Now put r equal to 1, we'll get that as A1 is equal to minus 3A1 plus A2. And by substituting the value of that A1, we'll get that as 2 equal to minus of 3A1 plus A2. And by solving that two equation, we'll get the value of that A1 as minus 1 by 4 and A2 equal to 5 by 4. Therefore, the particular solution will get that as AR equal to minus of 1 by 4 minus of 3 raised to R plus 5 by 4 1 raised to R. So ultimately it's nothing but 1. Next example, find the solution of AR plus 6 AR minus 1 plus 12 AR minus 2 plus 8 AR minus 3 equal to 0. Here, this reconciliation is of order 3. So the characteristic equation is alpha cube plus 6 alpha square plus 12 alpha plus 8 equal to 0, and the root for that is nothing but minus 2, which is repeats 3 times. So the general solution of that by the second case where we have repeated root, and here that particular repeated root is repeat 3 times, so we'll get that as a1 r square plus a2 r plus a3 minus of 2 raised to r. And the next example is find the solution of AR plus 2 plus AR equal to 0. So the characteristic equation is alpha square plus 1 equal to 0, where the roots are plus or minus I. So here we have the complex root. So to write down the solution for that, first of all, we need to find out the value of R1 and theta. The value of that R1 is equal to square root of real part square plus imaginary part square. Real part is 0, imaginary part 1. So we'll get that as R1 equal to 1, and theta is equal to tan inverse of 1 upon 0, which is nothing but infinite. So we'll get that as pi by 2 as the value of the theta. Therefore, the general solution is AR is equal to 1 raised to R, which is nothing but value of that R1, into A cos R pi by 2 plus B sine R pi by 2. So that's the form of that general solution in the case of complex root. Now, inhomogeneous equation. That inhomogeneous, when that is inhomogeneous, when that on the right hand side of the reconciliation is non-zero, that is f of r is non-zero, then that equation is said to be inhomogeneous. Now, if that equation is inhomogeneous, then the solution will have two parts. The first part of the solution, that is known as the homogeneous solution, and the second part is known as the particular solution. The homogeneous solution is denoted by AR of H, and the particular solution is denoted by AR of P. Here, this particular solution and the particular solution in that previous case where we have that initial conditions are given, that two concepts are different. Here, in the total solution, it's the addition of the homogeneous and the particular solution. The final solution is AR equal to AR of H plus AR of P. Now, in the case of that inhomogeneous, we need to find out the particular solution, that is AR of P. And to find out the solution of AR of P, we have to assume the value of that AR of P having some form of the solution having some constant, and we need to find out the value of that constant. So here one table is given of the form where if the value of that f of r is of that form which is on the left hand side, then what should be the assumption of AR of P that we need to consider? That is given on the right hand side of the table. Suppose a constant is given on the right hand side. Suppose if it's, we can say that as D, then the AR of P also we need to assume that as a constant. We'll consider that constant as a P, a linear function, D0 plus D1R. In that case, we need to assume that value of the AR of P, that is P0 plus P1 of R. Suppose if it's a polynomial of degree n, that is D0 plus D1R plus D2R square plus and so on dnr raised to n, then the value of that AR of P also we need to assume that as a polynomial of R of degree n as P0, P1, P2 by considering that coefficient as n, P0 plus P1R, P2R square plus and so on Pn R raised to n. If it is exponential function, that is d b raised to r, that is exponential, that also we can say that geometrical exponential. We need to assume that as p b raised to r, and in the case of the exponential function d b raised to r, where b is the characteristic root with the multiplicity m minus 1, that means if the characteristic equation has the root as b and that root b is repeats m minus 1 time, in that case we need to assume that AR of P as P r to the power m minus 1 b raised to r. Again, to make that solution as a linearly independent, we need to multiply that by that particular value of r having some power of m minus 1. That means if that b is repeats 2 times, then we need to assume that the value of the AR of P, that is P r square b raised to r. And if we have that function sine dn or cos dn, we need to assume the value of AR of P, that as P1 cos dn plus P2 sine dn. Let's see that example of inhomogeneous reconciliation. So here we have a second order linear reconciliation which is inhomogeneous. On the right hand side is given that as constant. So as we had seen in that first few examples, similarly we need to construct this characteristic equation. So we'll get that as alpha square minus alpha minus 6 equal to 0. So the roots are 3 and minus 2. So we'll get that as homogeneous solution as a1 r raised 3 raised to r plus a2 minus 2 raised to r. Now we need to find out its particular solution. So for that, let's assume that AR of P, that's equal to P, as it's a constant, that is for all R. So as a constant for each and value for that AR plus 2 as well as for AR plus 2, we'll get that as P. So if you substitute that all the value in that given reconciliation, we'll get that as P minus 6P, that's equal to 4. So we'll get that as P equal to minus of 2 by 3. The particular solution will get that as minus of 2 by 3. Therefore, the total solution, or we can say it's a general solution, AR is nothing but the summation of AR of H and AR of P, which is A1 3 raised to R plus A2 minus 2 raised to R minus of 2 by 3. Let's see the next example. This is also second order, and on the right hand side we have a linear function, that is R. So again, if you construct this reconciliation, we'll get that alpha square minus of 4, we'll get that as root as 2 and minus 2. So the homogeneous solution is a1 2 raised to r plus a2 minus 2 raised to r. So as it's a linear function, we have to assume that AR of P, that is P0 plus P1 of r for all r. So the value of that AR plus 2 will get that as P0 plus P1 R plus 2. So if you substitute the value of AR plus 2 and ARP in that given reconciliation, we'll get that as P0 plus P1 of R plus 2 minus of 4 P0 plus P1 of R equal to R. And by identifying the constant term and the coefficient of R, and by comparing the coefficient of both the side, for which the constant has the 0 and the coefficient for that R is 1, by comparing that both that equation, we'll get the value of that P0 and P1. The value of that P0 is minus of 2 by 9, P1 is minus 1 by 3. So the particular solution will get that as minus of 2 by 9 minus of 1 by 3 of R, and the general solution is summation of homogeneous solution and particular solution.